Fair Dragons. I am back to start another weekly reading vlog. It's probably going to end next week, but if I have enough footage, I always try to do weekend reading vlogs, and then I just don't have enough footage, so it kind of turns into a weekly reading vlog. So I'm going to focus this week on TBR Harvest, the pumpkin patch, and honestly, I really was so bad at reading this month. I feel like I did not get to do this like very like effectively, so if I still like do like this challenge, I might do it in November. We might just keep going with the vibes. We will see. But I do have this. I also do have to do a Fabelin prompt. So I'm going to start at a whole different corner and hopefully it gives me better juju. So I'm going to start at the highly at a book under 300 or over 400 pages. Just because I think I need to start in another corner and give myself some better juju. Because the last time I did this, I did no prompts. So let's take a roll. Oh, okay. So if I go this way, 1, 2, 3, I would be at Treat Yourself, which would just be like a treat yourself, and I would catch a ghostie, which is good. I really want to focus on the ghosts and the cats this week, so Treat Yourself would be the little thing, and then if I go over here 1, 2, 3, it would be LGBTQ plus rep. Okay, so here's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to take these two little ghosties, Treat Yourself, and then a 5-star read prediction, because they're like next to each other and I would capture both the ghosts. So Treat Yourself, it just means a book that I want to read, and then a 5-star read prediction is just that. So I'm going to go pick an audiobook as well for this, and one of these books has to either have a weapon on the cover or be published before 2015. So let me go see what I could find and then I'll report back. So I think I know what I'm going to do. I am going to go Treat Yourself, which means I'm just going to pick up a book that I've wanted to read and I'm going to make it be a pretty edition. So Treat Yourself is just going to be anything I want to read. So I'm going to pick up An Ancient Witch's Guide to Modern Dating by Cecilia Edwards. And this is just going to be a Treat Yourself, something that I wanted to read. It's a pretty edition. It is a book that I have the physical copy of that I will get off my TBR. So yeah, this is Thorn Scarlet. I think she's a 30 having trouble landing her husband in the 17th century. And then I think she winds up getting thrown into the present. So this one is one that I get from Target relatively recently, so I'm going to add this to my TBR. And then a 5-star reproduction that I think I'm going to love. I'm going to pick up my pretty version of Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I got this from the TikTok shop. It will actually count for my our fantasy bingo prompt, because I had to read a book set in, I think it's like in the 70s, and this book did come out then. This book came out in 1986, so it does count for that as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna read this. It's kind of short book. I think I'm in the mood for something a little bit shorter, and these will be my books. So this will be my plan for the weekend. If I could finish both of these books, I would love that, and then make my way through the pumpkin patch and kind of pick up creatures as I go. But this will be good. So this will be 2 books off my physical TBR for October, and I will finally get to play Leandra's game. I am going to go take a bit of time and go read Howl's Moving Castle and give myself a bit of a time update and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go do that. And I'm going to try to get back into watching TV. I have been so bad at watching TV during the week. So that is plan number 1. And when I have an update for you, I will give it to you probably tomorrow morning. I'm going to see what tomorrow brings. I want to see if I want to go to yoga in the morning or if I don't want to go to yoga in the morning. I'm going to kind of make a game day decision. So yeah, I'm going to go start this. I'm going to try to read about like 100 pages because middle grades tend to read very quickly. I don't think this edition has illustrations. Some of them in the past have, so. But it's very big fonts and stuff, so I think I'm going to try to get up to page like, I don't know, maybe like chapter 7, read the first 7 chapters of this and then give you guys like an update. So that'll be the plan. I will talk to you guys soon and hope I really like it because this is a very pretty edition. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye friends. Oh, and if I was not clear, this book would count for a book before 2015, and there is no weapon on the cover, so I don't think this book would count for anything for that, so I would have to probably finish this one first. But yeah, So that will be what I'm going to probably do. I'm probably going to do the prompt with that one because I don't want to fall too far behind. So I'm going to get moving on this and hopefully I'll get to finish it before the weekend. Bye, friends. Hey dragons, I am back. I did wind up going to town and I did wind up reading about 25% into Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This will be perfect for that challenge I'm doing. I am having a fun time with it. It is a little bit quick paced, but again, that is very, very common for a middle grade. But basically you have this character who her dad died, her stepmom was running a shop, and she kind of set all her kids on their own to kind of do what she wanted them to do. And the young character Sophia winds up getting cursed by an evil witch, and she is looking like a older woman, so she winds up going to this mystical castle to kind of uncover answers. And I'm about 100 pages into this one, so I am liking it. It's fun. It's a quick read. I want to keep reading because it's such a fan favorite. I also did wind up going to the library and I picked up a couple of books. So I picked up A Harvest of Hearts, which I think will be great for November. I also picked up The Protege by Erica Ridley, which I started listening to this and got a little bit distracted, and then I picked up another cozy, A Dog Cozy, A Catered Birthday Bakery by I.S. Crawford. So I did not wind up starting this book that I said I was, Ancient Witch's Guide to Modern Dating, because I was afraid if I finish this without a prompt, I was going to be into a bit of trouble. So I did wind up picking up Saddled in Murder, which was on a TBR. I don't remember when it was, but it was a book I forgot I owned or forgot was on my TBR. I will attach a photo of that here. Book 1 in the Dr. Kate Vet Mystery series. It's the first book in the series. A couple of Christmases ago, I read book 2 in that series, and I am enjoying it. I'm having a fun time. I'm about 11 chapters in. I'm going to take a little bit of a crafting break because I'm trying to get a lot of my Christmas crafting done in the month of November, so I can eventually start filming end of year content for book 2, but I have to take a little bit of a break. My neck gets very, very sensitive if I look down a lot. So I've been trying to look up, but I have to give myself maybe an hour increment to do it. So I'm going to go read probably to another 100 pages into this book, and then I will probably switch back to diamond painting because I really haven't been diamond painting a ton this season since the summer. So yeah, I am going to go read a bit more of this, and then I will come back when I have read 100 pages of this and did a bit more of my diamond painting. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, friends. Bye, dragons. I unfortunately think I'm going to DNF Howl's Moving Castle. And I'm not sure if it's just because I'm not feeling that connected to the characters or if it's just not hitting right now, but I do think I need to DNF because I've had such a hard time being focused recently, and I'm really, really struggling with this right now. So I think I'm going to have to DNF this, unfortunately. I may come back and try to listen to the audiobook and see if I can get the audiobook from my library and see if it hits a little bit better. Now the problem is I don't really want to read a book that is 5 years old. I'm not, I probably have something that I could probably grab, but I don't really want to read something like that, which means I have to find a book that has a weapon on the cover. And nothing on my immediate TBR cart has a weapon on the cover like this does, but I think it's just I'm not in the mood for something that big. So yeah, let me see what I have that is can work, but this unfortunately right now is just not hitting. I think I'm still gonna keep it on my TBR cart and see, but yeah, I think I have to find something that has a weapon on the cover so I can read, because I really don't want to fall into a reading slump, especially on the weekends, because that's when I read my most. So let me go find something and I'll come back when I find something for you. Bye friends. Okay, I thought that this did have a weapon, so I think I'm going to read Bread Knives and Bread Knives by Travis Baldree. This comes out in November. It is the sequel to Legends and Lattes, and I just think I want a cozy read. It's really, really cold this weekend. So yeah, I got this at Comic-Con. I think I'm going to pick this book up. There's a weapon. He is holding a sword. And this is following Fern, who is the bookseller, and I'm going to give it a shot. It's actually not that long, and I think that I'm in the mood to read this, so this will be what I'm reading. I'm also listening to Saddled for Murder which is a cozy mystery set at a vet tech office. And there was a Christmas party, and she had two very, very problematic clients in the last week, and she was making a wish that these people would just vanish. And throughout the 11 chapters, these characters are suddenly dying. And she's really unsure about what is happening. Why are these people dying? Is she implicated? And that's where we are. But my goal right now is to get up to read about 100, maybe read the first 13, 12 chapters of this and see if I'm in the mood for this, because I definitely wasn't in the mood for that book I just told you about. And this will be my first official book from Comic-Con that I'm reading, which I think is special, and this was just a surprise drop for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go read this and I'll report back when I've read the first 12 chapters. Bye bye, friends. Hey Big Dragons, I am back. I just want to do a quick update. Last night I did want to finish watching Halloween Town, which is my favorite Disney movie, so I finished watching that. I think I'm gonna watch the rest of them today just because it's very, very low stakes and very, very like light. It's not that intense. So I did watch that. I also have about an hour and a half left in Saddled with Murder, which is the first in the Dr. Kate mystery series. I will attach a photo of that book here. The first book, I read book 2 a couple of years ago. I think I read them out of order. I got it at like my library a while ago. So this is just a fun, cozy mystery about a vet tech that gets involved in a murder, and she's like an amateur sleuth. I really do like this. I think that there's one more that I need to read, and I might read it during Christmas because it is like winterish themed. And then I wound up getting up to page 90 in Bread Knives. Now this is a sequel to Legends and Latte, and it follows Fern. I think it's Fern. Is that her name? Yeah, Fern is the bookseller you met in Bookshop and Bone Nuts, and she winds up going to get a storefront next to Liv as a bookstore, and then she decides that it's not exactly what she wants, and she's struggling. She's been having a lot of like life upheavals. She doesn't feel like she's doing enough. She feels like a little bit lost, and she winds up getting drunk and passing out in this elf's wagon, and they wind up going on some adventures together. And I really am liking it. It's very, very fun. It's very, very cozy. And I'm having a fun time. It's also a lot about self-discovery and about like a small cast of characters. You have an elf main character. You have a little, I think it's like a troll, and the troll keeps going missing. But I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to probably try to get up to page 150 so I could give you guys like a time check and an update. It is 8:18, so it's really early. I worked out this morning, listened to my audiobook. I demo painted for a little bit. And now I'm going to go back and read a bit more of this. I really want to get better at catching up on my YouTube queue and using my downtime to watch that, like when because sometimes I just like need like something in the background that I'm not really listening to, but I need to give more time to that. So I'm going to go read this. I'm going to get up to page 150, and I will give you guys a time check and an update. And then maybe at some point today we can roll twice for new books, because both books I'm currently reading are for the Fable and Prompt. They both have weapons on the cover. This has a sword, and that one has like an axe, which I would count as a weapon, especially because it's a cozy murder mystery. But yeah, I'll go back to reading this, and I'll come back when I've read about 2 more pages. Bye bye, friends. Again, so I did wind up finishing Saddled with Murder. I was just in mood to keep listening to it. I had to do a little bit of cleaning. I will have attached a photo. I don't think you need another one, but I wound up giving this book 4 stars. I really want to go see if they have the 3rd book available on audio, because I listened to book 2 before book 1. I had a fun time with it. It was a nice balance of cozy vibes, but also like a fun mystery that is sort of hard to predict, which I do like. And then I wound up getting up to page 130 in Bread Knives. I'm really having a fun time with this. It's a very, very cozy, lighthearted read, and I just want to keep reaching. I like that we get to see the characters again. I like that every book kind of goes on its own adventure. This book very much focuses on Fern. She's away from Viv. I like it. I'm intrigued. And it's also about a character that's like doesn't know what they want in life. I think that that's very, very interesting, but I'm having a fun time with this. So when I originally was doing this, I really didn't know what I was going to do for Treat Yourself. So I'm just going to kind of count Saddled with Murder, because it was a book that I had to read for a prompt, and now that I'm done with that, I don't know if any more of the prompts are going to drop for Fable, so I may just be able to be free to like mood read as it. This book is going to count for an LGBTQ plus book, because it always has LGBTQ plus rep, so this will be my bonus book for that. And now let me see, and then this book for my prompt is a highly anticipated, like it's a 5-story production, because I have liked the other books in the series. So let's pick up an audiobook that I can count for next. And I would like to get all the cats and dogs. I mean, all the ghosts and the cats. We will see. So, all one. Okay, that was not very helpful. Okay, a series read. Okay. Okay. So, I think I am going to read Fragile Safe Haven. Oh, no, is it Safe Haven? What is this? Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's going to be the next Catherine Cowles book. It's like a romantic suspense. I think it's called Secret Haven. And I think I'm going to read this book. So that will be my next series read. I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of it read today. I might go try to read outside for a little bit because I have a little bit more diamond painting to do. But what I think I'm going to do, so that's going to be my next book. It is, let me go get it on my phone because it's like the next audiobook and it is quick and it's also romantic suspense, which does give me spooky vibes. So yeah. It's called Secret Haven. It's a 6-hour audiobook, so that is what the next audiobook is going to be. But right now, I'm going to try to get up to page 150 in this, and then I may take a little bit of a crafting break. I may go do a bit more diamond painting because I really want to read this before the end of the month. Okay, that is the plan. And yeah, that is where we are. So that will be the plan right now. I also did finish Halloween Town 2. I'm going to go watch Halloween Town High, which is my favorite. That is my favorite movie in that whole series. So, but yeah, all right. I'm going to go get up to my 151 and then I'll give you guys like an update. But I always say that during the week, I always like spend a little bit less time reading. So I'm actually going to go see how long this vlog is. That might be a fun activity just to see if I can get this vlog up before I go back to work, and then I may start another vlog. But yeah, all right, I'll be back. Bye, book friends. Hopefully when I get about a bit more rid of this. Bye. Hi, Book Dragons. I am happy that I sat down to do this update because I never update on Saturday night before I go to bed. But I did wind up getting up to page 200 in Bregans? Bregans? I have no idea how to say that word. And Bread Knives. I am liking this book. It's very, very fun. Very, very cute. And I'm enjoying it. I think that it's a cozy read with plot stuff and with some character elements. It is, I will say, this book is a little bit battle focused, which I definitely think out of all the books so far in this series, I have preferred Legends and Lattes because it was less battle focused. But I do really like Fern as the main character. I do like all the characters. I do like the plot. And I'm having a fun time with this book. It's enjoyable, it's cozy, and it's a book that's keeping me reading, which is good. So I think I'm probably going to try to wrap up both these books in this vlog, and then I'm going to move on to another like vlog concept with the pumpkin patch. But I'm actually proud of how much like footage I got this weekend, so I probably could end it now, but I don't know. I guess my questions for you guys in the comments is, do you care if a vlog has you finishing books? Or do you more care about like length? Like, would you rather have me end the vlog at this point in the video and then come up with a different vlog concept? Or would you rather me just finish the book in the vlog and then you don't have to come back next week? I guess, I don't know. And then I started reading I think it's Secret Haven by Catherine Cowles. I just told you this because it's the card that got signed. I'm on her PR team. And I'm loving. So back in the day, I was a big Foster's fan. It was like one of my favorite TV shows. And I always really liked Callie and Brandon, but I did not want Callie and Brandon together because I thought it would mess up the family. Now, Secret Haven, very, very different story. You have two, and we're getting so much backstory about these two characters. So these are the two siblings that, so you have one sibling that is like, basically it's like a bunch of foster siblings, but you have like two siblings that are the biological siblings of this mother. And back in the day, the father and a brother passed away. So you have two siblings and you have a bunch of, foster siblings. And these two kids, yeah, it's Kyler and Fallon. They are the two that are like most emotionally connected. But in the prologue, you realize that before, like, there's a bit of a plot point in the story, and we're in their two point of views. This is like a romance that's been hinted at and vibed at, and I'm really intrigued by it. But there's a big plot point that just happened that made me go, oh. So I don't want to say too much, but it's a step. It's like a foster sibling romance. I will say that, and most people get the ick, but I'm intrigued. I will say the only reason I wasn't a big fan of the Brandon and Callie relationship was like I was going to destroy the family. These characters are a lot older, so I'm definitely intrigued to keep reading. I also finished watching Halloween Town 1, 2, and 3, and now I'm on Halloween Town 4, which they got a new actress. I really like the other one, but I do like Sarah Paxton, so I'm probably just going to keep reading that. Now, Monday, reading-wise, is a day that I don't get a ton of reading done. I have a lot of meetings on Monday, so I don't get a ton of reading done, and it's just a lot of, like, other things. But hopefully this week that changed. Hopefully this week I can get a bunch of reading done. We also haven't had a Monday in a few weeks because of, like, days off and such, so I do not know. But we are going to go do that, and then this week is also spectacular at my job, and it's Halloween, so yeah. I want to get back to reading. I am going to give myself a hard turn off at 8:15, and I'm going to go pick up an ebook, which I don't know what I'm going to pick up yet. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with a reading update. I hope I will have read 50 pages tomorrow in this. That is the goal. But I will definitely give you guys an update. Bye, friends. Hi, Book Dragons. I'm back. So today was interesting. It's been the first Monday we've been back. We haven't had a Monday in like 2 weeks, like technically 3 weeks, because we had off the next 2 Mondays. So it was a bit of a bear of a day. And yeah, I got observed. It was interesting. Hopefully I get some good feedback. I always get nervous in observations. It makes me like jittery the whole day, which is probably why I'm like very, very tired today, but that is okay. But I didn't have a lot of listening time. I had a little bit of listening time in the morning. And I listened to, my phone's over there. I listened to a little bit of Secret Haven by Catherine Cowles. I will have attached a photo at some point. This is the book that I have been waiting for. I'm really, really liking this book. If you were a Foster's fan back in the day, pick this book up. So basically you have 2 characters that, and they are the 2 last siblings in this family. They were adopted. They were adopted when they were like, I think one of them was adopted when he was 16. So, but before Kyler came to visit with Fallon, like came to Fallon's family, Fallon was also another one. Fallon was one that, Fallon was one of the Coulson families. But before he came to them, they knew each other and they had like a little bit of a romantic thought, like not anything, but he was, you know, she was helping him. She was like giving him food and such like that. So they had a very, very close relationship. But once Kyler came to be with the Coulson family, they stopped their relationship. And there's always been a seed there like ever since. So Fallon works for Child Protective Services, and that is why Kyler was taken away from his mother and his father. And she goes to do a call, and little do they know that these family that Fallon has been keeping an eye out are Kyler's half siblings. And there's 3 girls. They're not babies. They're like older. And Kyler knows, because he's been in the system, that no one is going to take these girls. The parental rights are terminated. They're looking for a family, and Kyler knows no one is going to take these 3 girls. So his goal is to is to become the guardian for these 3 little girls. The only problem is he has been known for having some difficulties in his past, and he also is a confirmed bachelor. He lives above a tattoo shop. He has some interactions with unsavory people. So he knows that they're not going to give him custody of these 3 little girls unless he marries someone. And that is where Fallon comes in. And that is the part of the story that we are at right now. And I'm really enjoying this book. It's very, very fun. I want to keep reading. I wish I had more listening hours, but I just don't. But it's a very, like, it really is giving me Callie and Brandon vibes, but with a whole nother level. I love books about found family or family that you create, and I'm loving it. And I'm also about 252 pages into Brignads and Brown Knives by Travis Baldree. This book, as we move on, I think it's getting more battle focused. And I think in the future I will probably listen to them, but I wanted to read this book and I'm having a fun time with this book. It is super battle focused, and I think sometimes I get a little bit lost in the details, but it is a very, very cozy read. I think the battles are very, very low stakes, and I'm liking the main characters as well. But that is where I am right now. I'm going to go finish the last, 50 pages. I also have to go to a Zoom meeting at 8 o'clock. I'm going to go to my podcast that I listen to and follow. But yeah, so this is my update. Tomorrow I'm probably going to wrap up this vlog unless I don't finish this book. But, or like, I would love tomorrow to have finished all of Safe Haven, but I don't think that's going to happen. But that is kind of the goal, to finish both these books and then move on to another vlog. I also know that I really need to film and do everything, but this week is going to be a bit busy because we have Spooktacular on Thursday, which is a Halloween event that's after school, and I am dressing up as Ellie from The Last of Us. We're doing a zombie theme, and I told my coworkers I would dress up as that, and I have the cosplay already, so that is my Thursday. And then my Friday is Halloween, where we go dressed as bears. Don't get me started. I'm not a big fan of that costume idea, but that's the costume we were given. And then I think on Saturday I'm going to the city with my friends. It all goes according to plan. So that is where we are. All right, I am going to go try to read a bit more of this. I think I'm going to go back to my pick something to watch and then just try to wrap this up because I definitely read better like that. So yeah, I will come back when I have an update. It may be tonight, it may be tomorrow. We will see, but I am liking this. I think this book's going to be a 4-star read if I had to guess right now. But I did like it. I would just like the next book to have them all in a scene together. This is a bit adventure-y more, and it kind of reminds me of Bookshops and Bone Dens, but definitely had a lot of elements of a questy, adventure-y, cozy fantasy, where Legends and Lattes felt more like a day-to-day cozy fantasy. So just depends on your vibes, but I do like the characters. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, book friends. Hi, Book Dragons. I am back. So I didn't wind up updating yesterday because I was doing lesson planning, and I really hope I can stop rewriting the same 5 lessons. Oh, it is just a state of a beast that I really am not the biggest fan of. But I did wind up actually getting some book mail, and then I want to do some reading updates, and I'm probably gonna let this vlog go until like you're probably gonna get one more update on Friday, which is gonna be Halloween, because I have to come home with a bunch of stuff. But I did get a couple of orders in. My friend Kelly convinced me to do a buy one get one sale at Target, so I got The Keeper of Magical Things by Julie Leong, which I loved book 1 in this series so much. So I really want to get around to this. And I also bought Mate because I did like book 1 in this series. I got it from the library originally, but I decided to give it a shot. So these are the 2 that came from Target. And then I'm actually in the middle of reading this. I have like an hour left of this book, but I did get my Secret Haven in. And it's from Novel Ground. So we got a picture of everyone. This is the final book in that series. So I'm going to talk about this in my reading update. So I'm going to see this book again. And then I also did get The Things God Break by Abigail Owens, which I really do need to read book 1. I've just been so distracted, and that has been a thing. So yeah, that is what I've been doing. I did wind up, I don't know where we're at. All right, let me go get both my books that I'm currently reading, and then we'll kind of chat through it. So, yesterday, I wound up getting locked out of my classroom. It's not that bad, but I wound up getting locked out of my classroom for like 20 minutes in the morning. So I did wind up finishing Bregids and Bregids by Travis Baldari. This was my first arc I read from Comic-Con, and I really did like it. I'm going to give this book 4 stars. I think out of all the books in this series, I think I preferred book Legends and Lattes the best. It was more cozy fantasy. These are books that I think I probably should listen to because they are very action adventure-y, but they do have a cozy vibe. I really do like the main character. I really hope we get more set in this world. I really would like a book set back in a Legends and Latte town and just have a little bit more quiet vibes. But it was definitely a Fern book. You do see Viv a little bit, but it's mostly a Fern book. Very adventure, very questy, very D&D, and I like this book. So I gave this book 4 stars. And then I wound up rolling again, which I rolled a new book on your radar. So I rolled a 6, and I am missing a kitty cat, and I'm missing a ghost. Read 50% of the book at night. I have to do for my little ghosty. So I'm going to count probably this graphic novel that I'm reading for 50% at night because I am about halfway through and it is evening. So I will do this for new book on your radar and a little kitty cat. But this is a book I did get from my librarian. She went to a book convention and she saw me eyeing it and she said I could borrow it. So it's called Lovely Recipe. It's a graphic novel that comes out in February 2026 and it is a sapphic romance about 2 girls. I think it's sapphic. Maybe it's not, but it definitely has a romantic vibe about these 2 characters and they wind up kind of they wind up teaming together and one girl's going to teach the other girl to cook and it's cute so far. So I'm about 90 pages into this one. I'm probably just going to finish this tonight. And then I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I'm gonna try to pick up another book. I was gonna say, because before I was gonna read this, I was gonna read A Curious Kind of Magic by Marie Rutherford, so maybe that will get picked. I don't know, but then we also have another readathon that I'm doing in November. Much more trill. Like, it's just gonna be a board game and I don't have to do prompts and anything, which is gonna be a little bit easier. But also, I do have about an hour left of Secret Haven, and I really am liking this book. It's just giving me all that I want. It's very much like a touch her and you die story. We have two characters that were in they are foster siblings. But before Kyler came to live with Fallon family, they had a connection. They were sort of dating. She protected him to the best of her ability. And then when they kind of decided he was going to get adopted by the family, they stopped anything. And now you have many years in the future, Fallon works, I think her name is Fallon, yeah, Fallon works for Child Protective Services and has to go out and do a call, and the kids that she's picking up is Kyler's half-siblings. So they decide that they are going to fake date so Kai can get custody of her siblings, and that kind of goes from there. And I am really liking it. I have about an hour left of the audiobook. As I keep saying, Thursday and Friday are my least listening days. But I should be able to finish this between Thursday and Friday, preferably Thursday, because I have a little bit more listening time. But yeah, so that's where we are with this. So I'm currently reading this, listening to this, have about 40 minutes left, and then I'm also reading this. So I will give you guys my updates. Tonight, if I do finish this and I have to pick up another book, I'll probably give you guys my thoughts. But yeah, this month was not a banner hit for reading. It just wasn't. But that's okay. We all have months that go according to plan, and then we all have months that don't go according to plan. This month did not go according to plan, but that's okay. So yeah, 4 stars. I will come back when I have an update. If tonight I need to pick a new book, I will definitely update you. I could, so you might see me again tonight, but I really would like to finish Lovely Recipe and then roll again so I can have a book for Thursday and Friday. Tomorrow is also the Spooktacular, which means it's going to be crappy weather and we have to go out and scare the kids. So that'll be fun. Shh, don't tell them I told you. This vlog will go up later. I keep telling them I'm not going and they're like, Miss Mara, you have to come. It's so much fun when you're there. I am going to be there. I'm just going to be a character and they're not going to know it. So yeah, I will talk to you guys when I have an update. Hopefully soon. Hopefully tonight I can finish this because I would like to give this back to my librarian tomorrow. She'll be like, yeah, you brought back my book. But today was a lot of lesson planning. I just want to move on from these 5 lessons, but like I am like a person that like unless like a lesson has to be perfect for me to move on. Like I just like, and then like I do the lesson and I change the lesson and it's just like a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a really big cycle and I'm just stuck in that cycle right now. So all right, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye friends. Hey dragons, I am back. I did wind up finishing the Lovely Recipe, which I gave 4 stars. I thought this book was so cute. I thought it was very adorable, and it was a sapphic romance graphic novel coming out in February. It had a fun vibes. It really dealt with that end of the year, like the end of high school time where you're trying to figure everything out. Had a fun baking element. I think you could say this was enemies to friends to more, and I really did like it. I had a fun time. I gave it 4 stars. But we must roll twice. Now I'm going to roll twice, and if I don't wind up reading the audiobook, it will be fine. Because, you know, I may not have a lot of listening time because it is Spooktacular tomorrow, and then we do go right into Halloween. But I would like to have an audiobook that I can go right into when I need some direction. Alright, so the next prompt is a 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is just read a book with a cover choice, and I did catch this little ghosty because I did wind up doing some diamond painting this past weekend, which is good. Okay, and then I need to roll again. So my option I got was cover choice. And I guess I can go back the other way because I really did go that way, but I just wanted to get the ghost. So, all right, let me roll again. Ooh. Okay, that's a 3. So 1, 2, 3. All right, and a scenic reading choice, which just mean like you're gonna read like, oh, and I did catch a cat, which is exciting. I haven't been catching all the kitty cats, but that's okay. So yeah, I have to read a book that's a cover by, or cover of a cover. I did catch The Cozy Activity because I have been doing that throughout the weekend or throughout the month. Have actually been diamond painting, which is good. So I have to read a book on cover and a scenic reading. Okay, hold on. Let me see one on my phone, because I have been okay, so I am reading Secret Haven, which is, you know, the book that I'm in the middle of reading. So a scenic read. Alright, you know what? I think I'm going to pick up one of my cozy mysteries that I heard Amy talking about. She's been doing a lot of cozy mystery videos, and I've been catching up on a bunch of them. So I think I'm gonna read, oh, I can't read that one yet. No, okay, I don't know which one I had. Returns in 9 days. Okay, I only have one out, so I don't have a lot of options for that, which is a little bit unfortunate. Okay, you know what no, that's more winter. Trying to find a book that like is fall vibes. We're still in fall season. Okay. Okay. Let me see what is on Everand. I'm just trying to like decide like what I want to read, because this one I just don't, sorry, this is like taking me so long. I really apologize. Alright, you know what? I think I'm gonna pick up, this is the book that I had originally. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pick up, this one is gonna be my scenic read. It's gonna be An Ancient Witch's Guide to Modern Dating, and I did have the audio, I got it, so I'm gonna pick this one up. And my cover read, let me go try to find something that will work with that, because I'm gonna have to bring it to work tomorrow. Okay, let me come back. Sorry, that was like a very, very long pause, but I wanted to make sure that this is the movement. Okay, a cover read. All right, let me go find one and I'll come back. I think I am just gonna, this is the book I had my thoughts I was gonna read. I thought I was gonna read A Curious Kind of Magic by Marie Rutherford, and I think I'm gonna read this one. I'm gonna read this one for the next couple of days, and if I wind up not finishing it, I'll pick it up in November and I'll read my other copy. But this is Howl's Moving Castle meets Little Thieves, in this cozy fantasy about a teenager owner of a mostly fake magic girl who touches everything she touches with magic. So yeah, this was the one I was gonna read anyway, and then I just got distracted by other things. I'm gonna pick this book up, and I will definitely give you guys an update Friday. I do not know how much reading I am gonna get done, but what I do know is this will probably get finished by Friday, so it will be like a quicker one. And then I'm gonna pick up this audiobook, and then I'm gonna read this book as I'm commuting. So that will be my plan, and I'll report back. So that is where we have. This is a book for cover choice, and this is a book for seasonal reading. And then I still am missing one ghosty. Read a book with Boo in the cover. So yeah, all right. So that's where we are. I have to read a book with Boo in the cover to catch all the ghosts, and that's gonna bother me. So I probably will do one more book in this video or something quick. But yeah, unless I can get the, yeah. All right, this clip is like so long, so sorry. So yeah, I will definitely figure out one that will count for this one. Yeah, one of these will probably count to have Boo in the cover. But yeah, all right, I will talk to you guys when I have an update, probably on Friday, and that's Halloween, so we'll catch up, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, bye, friends. Hi, Big Dragons, I am back. It is Halloween, Happy Halloween. I knew that the last couple of days were going to be super busy. I did attempt to start this and then I gave up, and my physical book, I'm like 50 pages in and I don't even know if I'm going to keep reading it. So, but I did wind up finishing Secret Haven by Catherine Cowles. I'm going to give this book 5 stars. This was delightful. This was a perfect read. I think I enjoyed it so much. It was the love story that I was hoping for. It was a rounding out of this story of all these characters that I love. It also set up a new potential series that is coming in January. But yeah, I really, really did like this book. I gave this book 5 stars and I had a fun time with it. So that is a wrap on my TBR Harvest video book, my experience with that. I may keep this and kind of come back to it if I need something else during November, because I may want to read more. So that is where we are. But this is my wrap up for this. And yeah, I will be honest, October was my worst reading month to date. I didn't have a lot of reads just because it was a busy month. I went to Comic-Con, I had a lot of work stuff going on, and it just really, really kept me distracted. And honestly, it has really affected my reading. So I really was not reading to the degree that I should have been or really, really wanted to. And I always say if I'm not reading, it really does affect my mental health. So that was sort of sucked. Comic-Con was so much fun, and yeah, I'm just very hopeful that we are going to take a turn. So yeah, this is my vlog. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you guys for sticking around and listening to me complain all the time. And I'm going to be back. I'm going to go, actually, today's a Friday, so I'm going to go film a couple of videos because it's Halloween. I'm going to go film my TBR and all that other fun stuff in my wrap up. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys for another video. Bye, book friends.